Let's code this purple snowflake. We're going to code it so that as people answer questions, pixels pop up, and then at the end, after question 9, the entire snowflake will appear. If you are using a different picture, this video will still help you code. You want to make sure first that you already have your image finished. The next step is to write in the questions and answers that you want to use and make them straightforward questions that have one concrete answer that are not open for interpretation. Go ahead and write your questions and answers now. Now that we have our questions and answers filled in, we are ready to start coding. We are going to code the answer boxes. Don't worry about the question boxes. We won't be using them. Code this box and then this one and so on and so forth. And we're coding it so that when the person types in the correct answer, whatever it may be, it's going to make these pixels the color of your choice. And as we do so, it will it will reveal more and more of the snowflake. There are 3 colors, but there are 9 questions. So when I do a certain color, I'm not going to select all the pixels because then my snowflake would be finished here. If I did all the dark, all the middle, and all the light purple, then my snowflake would be made. So I'm just going to do a few pixels for each one so that the snowflake starts to appear. When you code, you have to tell the computer what box you're coding. So you have to know the name of the answer box. Here's one, here's one, here's one. I have to know its name. To name a box, you call it by the column and the row. This one is in column B, and it's in rows 4, 5, 6, and 7, but its name is B4 because you take the first row that it's part of. So this box is called B4. This box is called B8. This box is called B12, and so on. I'm going to tell the computer the name of the box I'm coding, and I'm going to tell it that it needs to have a 9 in it. You're going to tell it whatever answer you gave for this box. Then I'm going to also tell the computer what color I want it to turn. So we're going to go ahead and open up the Conditional Format window. To do that, you click on Format and come down to Conditional Formatting. And now we're ready to start coding. This is the code we're using. I suggest writing it down. It is equals $column, $row equals answer. This first part of the code is you telling the computer the name of the box. So this one is B4. So I will say equals $B, $4 equals answer. The second part there where the answer is you put in whatever the answer to your question is for that box. So I had the conditional formatting open, and here's what it looks like when you open it up. I have that 9 box selected over there because that's the one I'm coding, and I'm going to tell it what color I want it to be. The way that I have my snowflake designed, it has 3 purples. I'm going to start, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to start with some of this dark purple. I click on the color that I want it to turn, and that box did turn that color. And now I'm going to write my code. To do that, come over to Format Cells If, click on this, go all the way to the bottom. Custom formula is, click. This is where you write that code. It is equals, $column. Look at this box, it's in column B. B. $row. This one is 4. This part of the code, again, I'm just telling it the name of that box. So $B, $4 equals, what answer do you need it to equal? For me, it's 9. I am telling the computer if someone types 9 in B4, the box B4, please turn it this shade of purple. Now my code is technically done, but I also want to grab some of these pixels from the actual snowflake to bring along. To do that, I'm going to come up here where it says apply to range. And it has already added B4 to B7 to the range. That's this box. I'm going to add along some other pixels from the snowflake. To do that, click on this button. It'll bring up a window, slide it over. Before I click on my pixels, I need to press down on the Control button, or if you have a Mac, Command. I do that so that I don't lose the box I've already selected, which is this 9. And I hold Control down the whole time while I'm selecting so I don't lose things that I've already selected. Now I'm going to start clicking on purples. I'm not going to do all of them because I have 9 questions to get through, but I'll do about a third of them. When I'm ready, I'm going to take my finger off of the Control button, slide this up, and I need to do 3 steps. I need to hit OK on the range, done on the code, and then come up to the paint bucket and hit reset. So let's do that now. OK on the range, done on the code, paint bucket, hit reset. This step is really important. I'm going to test it out. Everything's still selected right now. I need to click off of it. Now, if I delete this, those pixels will disappear. If I put the 9 back in, they will come back. But I have to move off of the box for the code to activate. There it is. But you should leave this blank because otherwise, as you continue, you'll click on ones that you've already coded. So let's delete it, just the 9 there. You can see here that there's a code associated with this box. Let's click down to our next box. And there's no code for that box yet. Think about what this box is called. B8. This is B8. I'm going to tell the computer I want it to turn a certain color if someone puts the number 5 in it. I'm going to click Add Another Rule. And here is that window again. First, I'll choose my color. I'm going to do some of the lightest purple now. Then I'm going to write my code. Click on this, go all the way to the bottom, custom formula is, and follow that code again. Equals $column, which is B, $row, which is 8, equals answer. In my case, it's 5. Come up to the range, slide this over. See that that 5 box is still selected. That's good. Hold down Control so you don't lose it, and choose some of the lightest purples to follow or to bring along. If you click on something you don't mean to, like this, just click again and it will unselect or deselect. I'm not doing all of the light purples, but I'll do about a third of them. Now I take my finger off of Control, slide this up, and I do 3 steps. Hit OK on the range, done on the code, come up to the paint bucket and reset it. Now this code is finished. Delete so you can check it and test out both of them. My snowflake looks complete, which is good. And if I cycle through, you can see that there's now a code associated with this one. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you the pixels that you coded. I'm going to do 2 more. I want to show you that if you use a word, like in this case, it's Lincoln, you have to do something special. So with numbers, I've shown you how to do that. But if you're using a word, you have to put it in quotes. Let me show you. Click on this box. These are the ones you're coding. So you never want to be coding these boxes. You want to code the answer box only. Click Add Another Rule and choose your color. I'm going to do the medium purple. Scroll all the way down to Custom Formula is. Here's how I would normally write the code. Equals $column, which is B, $row, which is 12, equals answer, which is Lincoln. But it's not correct, and you can see that the box is white instead of purple. If you're putting a word in your code, all you have to do is put quotation marks at the beginning and the end of the word, just like that. You do not have to do this with numbers, but you do have to with words. Now I'm going to hold down Control and select some of this medium. If you have multiple next to each other, you can drag like this, click and drag. When I'm finished, try to think about what the 3 steps are. Remember, there are 3 things I have to do. Can you remember what they are? Take my finger off control. All right, step 1 is to hit OK on the range. Step 2 is to hit done on the code. And 3, reset the paint bucket. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'll do the rest of them a little bit quicker. So I've actually done one of each purple now, and I'm just going to do another round of that. So I'll do maybe a little bit more of the dark purple, but I don't want to use it all up. Equals $B, $16 equals boxes. Do you see why it isn't working? It needs quotes around it because it's a word. And there, now it turned purple over there. Apply to range, move the window open, and hold down the control button. Now I'm going to click on the dark purples, but I won't use all of them because I still have a lot of questions to fill up. Slide this up, hit OK, done, reset. I have 5 questions left to go. I'm going to do light purple again and purple, and then I'll do dark, light, medium again, or something similar to that. I just want to keep an eye on it and make sure that I don't finish my snowflake too early. I'm going to do them a little bit quicker now, and then we will test it at the end. All right, so everything is coded and there's nothing left over. This is how it should look. And if I click on these, I can see the codes pop up over here on the right. Something I want to tell you is when I got down to this one here, I had 3 left. So this one, whatever color I was doing, I had to use all of them, and so on and so forth. So just something to keep in mind. Once you get down to the last 3, you have to use up all the colors. If you have some pixels left over, this troubleshooting video will show you how to deal with those. And yeah, let's go ahead and test it out. There's our winter snowflake. I hope you have a lot of fun with this project. Check out my pixel art playlist if you want to see the rest of the video tutorials, and click on the link if you want to get the other winter designs.